this meeting to order of Virginia Public Utilities on Monday, November 24th, 2025 at 3:40 p.m. A roll call, Mary, if you please.
Commissioner Hale,
Present.
Commissioner Henderson,
Present.
and Commissioner Marwick.
Here. Okay, number 2 on the agenda is approved meeting agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support? Okay, discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Whether you said aye or not. Just wait for you to say aye. You want to be a flashlight?
No. This is, you probably didn't hear.
This see.
I mumble a lot. Okay, move number 4 on consent agenda. I need a motion to approve resolution number 5373, which is approval of payroll, accounts payable, and net payment adjustments, along with B, approval of regular commission meeting minutes from the October 27, 2025 meeting.
I can do that. I'll second that.
Okay, discussion? Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We jump to number 5, reports of committees, safety committee, monthly summary injury report. We have nothing, Greg, which is fantastic. So we jump to number 6, old business, a distribution center update. Turning this over to you, Greg.
Yeah, I've been talking about that distribution center a little bit. Again, to back up, that's the outside control system for our electrical distribution that's gonna move out of the plant.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
So the slab is done. And the building, it's a prefabricated building, comes in on a trailer, essentially drops onto the slab, and it's all, pre-wired and everything for the new control units. That is due to be delivered mid-January.
Okay.
So again, that's why there was such a push to get that slab done this summer.
Right.
We're getting a little bit nervous that it was gonna get too late, but we've been pretty lucky with the weather so far, so.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You're saying probably January,
Mid-January,
mid-January, they'll actually set it in place
yes.
and then you could work inside.
Yep.
From that point on.
Because essentially we have until, next November to get it done. But we want it done, and operating, functioning through the summer to make sure that it's working.
Yeah, reliable. Okay, we go to old business B, fast charging station update. Greg?
We have not seen it yet, correct?
Correct.
The issue we have with that, I told you that besides the taxes,
Right,
we had that
60.
discussion.
60,000.
Well, the project was about $80,000, but anyway, we'd have to pay the taxes on it
Yes.
because the grant wouldn't cover the taxes. The problem is it's gotta be fully operational by the end of the year. So we need to see that thing real soon. And again, the people who brought the potential project to us are the ones who are trying to get it here and of course want to get it in so that they can get paid to get it done as well.
Okay.
So there's a big push right now. Hopefully it shows up and then we can get it functioning and in, because if they can't make the deadline, we're not putting it in, because I don't think we're gonna justify an $80,000 fast charger.
Yeah,
So-
and they don't get the credit, so it isn't done by the 1st, correct? That's
So they don't get the project,
Well, yeah,
the sale.
but ultimately they get some kind of credits for these charging stations and.
No, I would think
No?
that they just sell another charging station.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something that they were granted.
Wasn't the cost over about here like 6,000 or something like that?
Of the taxes, yeah.
Yeah, the taxes.
Yeah.
That's like, okay.
Okay, any other questions on that, fast charging? We jump to 7, new business, approved travel expense for a request for 2 line crew staff to attend MMUA meeting school. I need a motion,
I'll move that.
support? Okay, discussion? Any questions for Greg?
The only thing I'll add is, this is, our part of our apprenticeship training, that those guys, the journeyman level of the, line crew type position.
Yeah. Okay. No further discussion? Let's, mind blank.
Call.
All those, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. There you go. Oh, one of those days. 7, new business. Oh, we did that. 8, manager staff report, we're already done. A, operations update, Greg?
Yeah,
Operations,
we're running 50,000 pounds per hour, alternating boilers over the plant. We did have a VFD go bad. Of course, a day before, sounds like a pretty decent sized snowstorm's coming in, but, I think we'll still be holding that 50,000 mark, or one boiler will be able to cover.
yeah.
So we have ordered a new VFD, $24,000 price tag. Again, stuff in the plant isn't cheap.
Yeah, that's expensive.
And knock on wood, that's really been the first major problem we've had with these boilers and how many years we've been running them, which, when we were running the full plant over there, the big boilers, it was nothing to have $500,000 amounts, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it's just one of those things, we're trying to expedite the shipping to get it here from Milwaukee. Sounds like Friday, we're trying to get it here earlier so we can get it in, so we're ready for winter with both units available.
Anything else on operations?
Yeah, the conversion, right now, there's 33 customers that we haven't received gas service requests from for the conversion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some door knocking and let them know that we're gonna put them in regardless. And if they do absolutely say, no, you're not putting gas service to my house, we'll have that recorded and documented. So that at the end of the day, we can't be blamed for not having, the fuel there to supply the furnace. But again, this is the best situation we've been sitting in going into the last year of conversions, with only a few more than 100 left to do. When we did the first and second phases, we were looking 500 to 1,000 in that last summer.
Well, a lot of big commercial buildings that have to convert.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The city's probably one of the biggest ones.
yep,
Yeah.
most. They did convert one of their buildings. I talked to Cassie, it was, the Senior Citizen Center,
Oh, yeah.
Main Street, so. Other than that, we haven't heard anything, right, Cassie?
gas apps, and that's about it so far, so.
Okay. How about the hospital, Greg? I know I keep asking.
Aaron has been talking to the hospital, he was in here at the last meeting, you heard it right from his mouth that they said, yeah, we'll have it done.
Okay.
And again, the hospital already has a backup boiler up there.
Yeah,
It's old,
it's okay.
because when we did have steam outages, they were able to go to a backup system up there. So they do have one, they do have something available, but, they're saying, yeah, don't worry about us, we'll be done.
Okay, that's good to
Yeah,
hear.
we had a meeting last week and I can say that that's exactly what they're going for.
Good.
It's full speed ahead, they'll be converted, they'll be ready to go.
And then the only other thing I had is, talking to a couple of you prior to the meeting, that, we're gonna have our budgetary stuff coming in here in the next month. Typically, we get it approved at the December meeting, which is December 22nd. But tentatively, maybe we should gather that Monday or Wednesday before, maybe the Wednesday before, and we'll just kind of do a run through if Wednesday works for all of you.
Wednesday
It would
will be the
It'd
17th.
be the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So then if there, or would the 15th work if there's changes to get them?
Probably the 15th.
Okay, the 15th, and we'll just do our normal time at 2:30.
Is that,
On 17th?
no,
No, it's the
the
15th.
The
15th.
15th,
The The 15th.
So then if there are major changes or anything that comes on, we've got time to get it ready for the following Monday.
At 3:30 PM?
Yes,
Okay.
committee of the whole, it'll just be a budget review session. And also this year, you know, we go through years and years of policy and procedure upgrades and updates. So every now and then we bring those back to the commission just to say, you know, these are some changes that have been redlined through the years. Let's get them approved. And I'll make sure that we'll be able to have something ready on that. I can't promise that we would for sure or not. We could do it at a regular session next year as well.
Capital projects will be included in the budget.
Yeah, and just to let you know, I've told the managers that, you know, right now, this is gonna be a very, very costly year for us because of the loans and because of the $600,000 grants that we're giving, you know, for the bigger ones. So, you know, bare bones, you know, we're just gonna get by for a year.
Yeah.
So again, Cassie's got the information back, I haven't even looked at it yet, but our budget right now is pretty simple compared to what it was when we were, you know, running the plant with the LEA and all that stuff. So
Right.
again, it should be straightforward, it shouldn't be too lengthy of a discussion.
Well, I saw in the information that was provided, steam losses in the month of October, 95%. Can't stay in business very long when you have that kind of losses. I mean,
Well, the problem right now, we had a pipe blow out right on the wall of Rocket Liquor, the whole pipe, you've seen the stack we've got now higher than the roof.
Yep.
Yeah,
And, you know, so we're scratching our heads saying, well, do we go and, because the whole pipe is shot,
Yeah,
you know, and we're probably gonna end up digging it up and putting the money into it because, you know, you don't want that to just blow out and not be able to get steam to people.
I don't know, but
Um,
can we put temporary, I mean, there's things out there that you can dump it.
The last time they dug there, it was
The wooden
just
plugs were,
disintegrated, yeah.
there wasn't much pipe left.
So, you know, again, we're just hanging on by a thread to get through this.
Yeah,
oh boy.
You know, trying to cut all the costs we can, and then something like that happens or comes up.
well, that's the reality of the situation. That's why we need to get this done.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for Greg? Oh,
I think the engineers from Short Elliott Hendrickson SEH were here today. They came in with a few different people, technical experts, talking about the future plant demolition.
Yeah,
So, kind of what I told them is, you know, let's look at everything outside of the plant that isn't currently tied into the boilers, which would be, you know, number 10 boiler room, number 11 boiler room. There's still some infrastructures that are tied together, you know, with the water systems and all that.
yep,
But it would be, you know, the wood conveyance, which is all these blue buildings and conveyors here across the yard.
Yeah.
The coal tower, the coal shed, you know, everything outside of number 10, which that coal unloading area, we'll call it, is a lot of the big eyesore that you see across the lake. You know, the old yellows and lime greens and the big ugly tower and all that stuff, just to get that out. And I think the way we're gonna do it, you know, I told them to come up with something that seems logical to you, but what I had thought was, you know, take everything from the ground level up.
mhm,
You know, the foundations we can take out down the road.
Yeah.
You know, but have ground level up and have like add alternates where the wood conveyance, the wood storage building, the coal
mhm.
buildings, and then have another add alt on there for the foundation removals. You know, just so that we can get at least a pricing and budgetary number for following years.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like, well, that's moving forward.
Yeah, the big issue is, it's not gonna do quite what I was hoping getting down to the brick building. Because, you know, when we had all of our minds together, I found out that there are some infrastructures in those wings of the buildings that are still tied into what we're doing.
Mhm.
And I think one is the water
Water
system.
system.
was to get even some steam piping. I think they had to tie it up by number 10 boiler, which is way over here on the west side of the
Yeah.
plant. Just to do it as cost effectively as we could at the time.
Yeah. Would it be possible to, somewhere along the route, look into somebody that might be interested in a boiler that's never been run?
Oh, there's not a boiler in there that's never been run.
Well, that did run?
Oh, we ran that hard through LA.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because gas prices really plummeted.
Yeah.
And when we were running the biomass, that gas boiler was a good backup. And then eventually, I decided to put gas stabilizers in the wood boiler, which really helped that boiler level out steam flow. Because when it was just raw wood, it was like this,
Okay.
where the gas boiler ran its butt off, trying to flatten the curves, we'll call it. As Jeff shaking his head, he was
Oh, yeah.
here during that
And the
era.
emissions, we had to go to the MPC.
Yeah.
And Greg,
I'm just gonna bring that up. Wasn't that put in there to cut down on the emissions because of the fines that were coming our way constantly?
Greg and I went in front of the board down there.
I remember that now.
And that boiler came in, when gas was looking good, then gas jumped up to about $12 a unit. And it didn't run for quite a few years right when it was brand new.
Right.
But we did, we've got our use out of it. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, well, that's good. I thought it hadn't run at all, but I could honestly think that somebody somewhere might wanna be interested, take a look at it.
There were a couple people, I'm not gonna say it in a public meeting, but there are a couple big entities that were looking hard at it.
Oh.
And as I kind of stated, I vaguely stated at our last meeting, part of the reason why they didn't really bite on it is the cost of getting it out of our building. Whereas we demoed this building, and because that unit was craned up in the air, and the building essentially was built around it,
Yeah.
and then it was dropped onto
It
the,
dropped.
right? So now, once we start removing these exterior buildings and all the stuff in the way, it'd be more accessible to get it, somebody to maybe look at it at a reasonable price to get it out.
Yeah, it actually arrived here on a railroad flatbed.
Railroad flatbed, I remember
And
that.
then we trailered it to the site and then the lift, and like Greg said,
Yeah, and it did come in on a trailer, that's right.
yeah,
So-
came in underneath.
Yeah.
So, any other questions for Greg? Any for Cassie? Huh? Is there a motion to adjourn? I'll make it. Support? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried unanimously.
Format, I gotta be.